Let's just cut to the chase. I really don't think that this submarine blew up instantly. Though I do believe that they died, and they knew that they did before they even called a search party, honestly. They heard it explode. Soon as they lost communication, they also lost tracking. And tracking's on a separate battery in a separately sealed container. It's a totally separate system, and it should not have lost at the same time as communications. So when tracking was lost and communications was lost, and they heard a bang, well, they knew they were dead. Alright? So why did everybody get a notification? Don't know who, but somebody who had control of that billionaire's money decided to do everything they could to make sure that they could used every single resource they could to make sure they found that guy. But he was dead to begin with, so who the hell planned that? It turned Facebook into a huge echo chamber for a non-existent issue for at least over a day. It could have been literally a perfect opportunity for any sort of other terrorism to happen with this Nazi chemical warfare company government that America has. The guy who analyzes wreckages, or he's a professional at looking at shipwrecks, he said that submarine or submersible was in two separate wreckage areas, that they believe that the thing blew up in the water column. And I heard James Cameron say that they didn't have weights on this submarine, so they knew that something bad. They were trying to come up an hour and a half into their journey. They knew something bad was going to happen. So that glass may have cracked for a few seconds before they hit the emergency release button, okay? Maybe the glass cracked because it was only rated for 4,000 feet below surface, and they were 13,000 feet below surface. And where they presumably imploded may have been in the water column, which is still extremely deep. None of this is actual evidence that the thing imploded. Though it's not only just the window was an issue, professionals all across the industry to do not use composite materials to make this submarine. You need to use solid titanium or solid steel or something solid, because it will not bend in shape over time. It'll work the first time the same way it will work 100 times in. You know what I mean? It's titanium. But they use composite materials such as carbon fiber, which over time will shrink and stretch and maybe even leak water in, which will affect the pressure sensitivity. You know what I mean? So I just like to keep an open mind, and I was listening to James Cameron talk about his experience with working in this industry, and he said repeatedly that he works with the Russians and uses technology built by the Russians. So the Russians are extremely familiar with the site at the Titanic. Extremely familiar. They even work with James Cameron, who uses Russian technology to be able to explore the area. So they likely used Russian technology to go find the thing. How much else Russian technology is there out there? Are they upset that maybe somebody has a problem with a particular billionaire that was inside that submarine? Maybe it's just happenstance. The thing was going to blow up. There was overabundance of evidence that it was going to blow up on its own. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who really knows what happened? I just like to keep an open mind on things. So ultimately, what really irks me is people say that things should have imploded instantly as soon as the thing was compromised. Instantly. Why did they drop their weights? Why did they blow up in the water column? I'm currently on high alert for potential acts of terrorism in our industry, in our media, and we all didn't need that notification on our phone if they already knew that they blew up. Alright, why did we all need to know that fucking a couple billionaires died? We didn't. We all got the notification on our phone because somebody has enough money to push that shit into the news. Why are we not looking for the 5,000 Native American women that are gone missing in Canada? That's what our priority should be on.